Hello, this is Inside the Press Box with Sunil Sunder Raj for the Everyday Fan Sports. Today, I'm happy to be speaking with Jean Lin, a baseball player from Cotonou, West Africa, and Samuel Gingo, the founder of Pearl Baseball and Softball Foundation in Jinja, Uganda, and a baseball coach. Uh, well, Gene and Coach Gingo, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's really a true honor and privilege being able to speak with you guys about the game of baseball. I guess we'll start it off with you, Gene. It said born in Cotonou, West Africa, playing baseball since 2010. You've had, it said a tough upbringing. It said you lost your dad when you were 7 years old, and your mom has been, said by your side, left and right here. And the fact that you continue to persevere and, enjoy playing baseball. Can you talk about your experiences here?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gene.
Okay. Um, Thank you, everyone. I will be happy with you. My name is Jean Lin. I'm baseball player in Africa, more precisely in Benin, in the city of Cotonou. I thank each and every one of you very much for your attention to my person. I'm the captain of the national team in baseball in Benin, and I would like to tell you a little about my professional career in field of my dream. At first glance, I started baseball since I was little, at the age of 10 years old in 2010, when I newly started high school. At first, I really didn't know what baseball was, but I got a test for the sport when I spent 2 or 3 years in it. You know. I cannot say that I find myself more comfortable playing baseball. I'm an orphan of a father, despite the needs of my mother, who was not too stable. The news who to take care of me, and I always stop encouraging myself, even the best myself, because I like to work for a better tomorrow.
Yeah, it's wonderful to hear. It's truly inspirational, Gene. It's thanks to the power of social media, we're able to see your strength and conditioning, the techniques that you incorporate into that training. I mean, it's just I marvel at it. I said utilizing tires, I think sandbags, throwing the ball off of the wall of a building. It is, but again, oh man, we lost him. Oh, okay. Oh, he's back. Okay. I was just about to say, Gene, that again, it's truly remarkable to see that. Talk about that. Describe that process because you don't have, said unlike here in America and other countries. I mean, the resources available, in terms of the equipment, but what you use. I mean, there's that one video out there where you have four tires on the back of you. I mean, that is just insane. But just talk about the fact that you have that work ethic and you have that determination because you truly, said want to excel in the game of baseball.
Mr. Sam.
Yes, Lynn.
Yeah. Can you complete it?
Okay, if you want to take over, Coach Gingo, yeah. If you want to talk about that with Gene's, training methods.
Yeah. So Gene is an incredible player because I did not know Gene some years back, but just because of social media, I actually also got to know about him, and More is so driven by resilience and talent every time I see it. So when I saw him, I actually got in touch with him, and then we started talking. I always wanted to find a way of supporting him in his talent development. So, one of the challenges that Lin is facing, just like any other places in Africa, is that we lack a lot of equipment. We don't have professional training facilities where our players can go and be built so that they can be at the world class.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but one thing that I appreciate is that we use anything available in our reach to improvise as a training equipment. So Jean has been using cat tires. He has been using tree branches for bats. He has been using rocks to substitute the baseballs, and it's quite impressive. It's if you come to follow up with some of the players that he started playing with, all of them quit, and it's just him who stayed from that team. Sorry, my throat is not good. It's very humid where I am. I'm in North Africa, so the weather is pretty harsh here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so Jean has been using anything accessible to him, and I've actually been encouraging him to use anything he could find, because he would tell me, Coach, now today I don't have somebody to train with. I don't have training partners. But I would tell him, no, just find a wall and use it. You can throw a baseball over the wall, and then when it comes back to you, field it as a ground ball.
Yeah.
You can use the wall to improve your pitching mechanics, and you can still use it to improve your batting skills. Yeah, so he has actually been working out so hard and using tires and any other thing that you could find to improvise.
Yeah. No, I think it's an excellent description, Coach Gingo, improvising, simulating, what you do during the course of a game, and the fact that he's so ambidextrous, both pitching, fielding. I mean, that's just, hitting. I mean, those are, again, outstanding, traits to have. And the fact that, being, multi, dimensional, and the fact that, he's able to contribute in various ways is just, again, it's just phenomenal to see. And I think, again, as you go back rightly to the power of social media, and the fact that you can various platforms, but of course, as we know, that Twitter/X is really enhanced that, the fact that you can reach so many people. We're talking thousands, millions of people, across this the globe, because truly the game of baseball has become a global game. And before we came on there, I was talking to you about Baseball United, and the fact that they're going to be playing baseball in the Middle East, in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and you have India and Pakistan there. But it's I mean, it's just tremendous to see that. And let's talk about you, Coach Gingo. I wanted to ask you, said you're the founder of the Pearl Baseball and Softball Foundation, Jinja, Uganda, a baseball coach. And, I read up that really said those facilities are your main mission in terms of building them. But again, it's just, it comes down to the fundamental issue of funding, that there's, you don't have that backing of Major League Baseball, unlike we see with with Baseball United. But despite those obstacles, you're still able to, form, these leagues, baseball. Talk about that, how imperative that is.
Yeah. So I would start by giving you a brief history about Pearl Baseball.
Sure.
So I founded Pearl Baseball in 2012.
Okay.
That is over a decade. over a decade ago. I was still very young. I was actually playing Little League for the Uganda national team. So I last played with the national team officially. That was in 2011 when I played, when I represented Uganda in the Europe, Middle East, Africa regional tournament that is usually held in Cotonou, Poland.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we got back to Uganda, my team actually qualified to play in the Little League World Series. So it was the first African team to ever qualify to play in the Little League World Series. And then it was also the first African team to defeat Saudi Arabia after 65 years.
Yeah, that's
playing
amazing.
in that. Yeah. So we qualified, came back to Uganda. Unfortunately, we were not given the visas to go to the US to play in the World Series. So there was a lot of frustration, and I looked for a way of turning that frustration into a positive. So I knew that maybe my chances of playing professional baseball were done. So I actually decided to establish a project that would empower other young people to get the opportunities that I was not able to get. So that is how Pearl Baseball was founded, majorly with the goal of empowering other young athletes and also developing the game of baseball in Uganda and Africa. Yeah, so down the road, we started developing little by little. We did not have equipment. So, you know, being that I had some connections with within the baseball fraternity in the US, in Japan, and Canada, a lot of friends actually would send equipment over to support in the activities of Pearl Baseball. So in 2018 is when we actually officially launched the foundation, when it was fully registered with the government of Uganda. And we were graced by the US Embassy, Kampala. A delegation from the United States Embassy in Kampala actually was present on that day. So since then, we have been on the road to develop talent in Uganda and in Africa. Now, if I'm to talk about the efforts we put in a lot of effort to actually develop these young people. A lot of coaches have an input that they tirelessly put. On the side of the foundation, we put in a lot of time to organize games so that our players can keep playing in tournaments. Because the more they play, the more their skills can grow, but also they gain experience playing games amongst themselves in different leagues. So on the resource side of it is that we face a challenge with the limited resources, majorly facilities, because we don't have baseball fields. We normally utilize soccer fields at schools and community fields, where there are very many programs that take place on those fields. Like you could find there are soccer teams that train on those fields and other sports. And then baseball also, you are coming to take maybe one side of the pitch. So you cannot maximize these community and school facilities like the fields. So our kids work out less, and then they get less time to play because we cannot access these grounds like 100% of the time. Yeah. And then sometimes when it's school breaks, like holiday time, the kids go back home and actually we have a lot of time to utilize those fields. But then the financial bits of it also are a big strain. Like, so from the time that we started Pearl Baseball in 2012, we have not had even a single, like we have not had support from the Uganda government. We normally had support from well-wishers every now and then, like not a committed kind of support from donors. Yeah, so most of the activities was based on maybe what I could put on the table from my work, then also from some of my friends who were interested in supporting the project. We have grown up the game in that kind of situation. So time comes, like on my part, as founder of the organization, my job is to make sure their resources, teams are playing, kids are playing, coaches are facilitated to go on the training grounds, because coaches are the backbone of the team. If the coach is not on the ground, the kids are not going to play. So it's been very challenging. And I've always reached out to very many people. I actually wanted to have a deep trip to the United States to meet some baseball well-wishers to talk about baseball development in Uganda, but I did not actually have that opportunity. Right now, I opened the second organization, which actually is developing very fast, because we have actually built a school, a primary school, where we are having like 350 children who have been enrolled. And we are going to introduce baseball to the school towards the end of the year. So with that organization, I have close to 4 acres of land that I want to actually use for a facility that can be both for sports and also recreation. Yeah. So that is where I want to put most of my focus. If we can have a facility where our kids can have 100% of time to play and to develop their skill, that is something that I am looking forward to, because like Lin in Benin, he does not have colleagues that he's training with. There's not a good coaching staff that is helping him to develop his skill. There's a lot of barriers towards the development of baseball in very many places that are remote here in Africa. But for me, one thing that I believe right now, if an independent baseball company like mine can have a baseball complex where I can have like Lin travel from Benin to come in Uganda for maybe 5 months, and I know Lin is going to have a place to stay, is going to be having coaches who are going to be training him full time, and is going to be taken care of. And then scouts, we could attract actually scouts to come to our facility and scout players from one place. So yeah, that is the line of baseball that I want to reach out to, because these other endeavors have failed for the past 10 years.
Yeah, I think, it's so critical that to start young, you talk about working with the kids, and that the fact that, Little League World Series we see ongoing right now in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, here in the United States of America, different countries. And it would be just great to have that representation, back again. And, I think, the fact that what you're doing again is just, it's great to see that. I mean, I think the fact that you're paying it forward, you're trying to make a difference, in the community, and make sure that these kids have these activities, are playing sports or staying active, and staying in shape. I mean, I think that's what you want the kids to, to be doing, not to be getting into trouble, or just, have a structure. You have your academics, but also you have your athletics as well. And, you have the ground secured, and it's a matter, as I said, again, it boils down to that funding and getting the appropriate, money, and be able to, construct these facilities, because that would really be, again, a game changer for everybody, to have something dedicated solely towards the game of baseball. But as you also alluded to, the fact that for recreational purposes as well, like, for other kids who want, maybe to play other sports as well. Where do you see, the game of baseball, guys, maybe I can ask both of you, compared to soccer, is it in Africa, where baseball stands right now to, here as we sit in 2023?
I would say that baseball is at stake in Africa. And I don't know so much about baseball in Asia, but I played baseball with a team from Dubai, with a team from Saudi Arabia. I played baseball with a team from Kuwait, that is in the Middle East. So I know there is a lot of baseball that is happening in the Middle East. But when it comes to Africa, we have actually a lot of baseball that has been spread out in North Africa. Countries like Tunisia, they are playing baseball. In the Horn of Africa, in the country of Ethiopia, where I am in Central Africa, here in Sudan, there's baseball. When you go down south to Uganda, most central, like East Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, there's baseball. Go down to Zimbabwe, there's baseball. Go down to South Africa, there's baseball. Go to West Africa, Benin, Nigeria, Ghana. We have a lot of baseball in Africa. But the challenge is, the problem is that, baseball was brought here as a way of recreation in the first place. It was not brought here with purposes of establishing commercial programs and like professional leagues here in Africa. It was brought to engage young people, to introduce them to a new sport, but no one of these people had a long-term plan. They did not have a scope of where they wanted baseball to go. So as we go through all these years, like baseball has been in Uganda for over 25 years, and there's no plan there's no 5-year plan whatsoever in the country. And you cannot see that with any African country. Now, if we don't come back and reassess where we want baseball to be in the next 50 years from now, baseball is going to die off in Africa. Because one, we don't even have any companies that are manufacturing the baseball equipment here. So it makes
bats,
it very
gloves, you name it. Uniforms.
Yeah. It makes it very hard to ship equipment here. I had a friend of mine from Major League University, Austin Baylor, shipped over a lot of equipment in 2021 to Uganda. But I could not have this equipment cleared from the customs because it was almost $5,000 that that the customs were charging for this equipment. You can imagine. So we don't have sustainability of baseball activity in Africa, and that is dangerous, because where there is no sustainability, you cannot expect much growth on the long term. We have got a lot of great baseball players who have given up on baseball and they have gone to play badminton, badminton, cricket, because those games, as much as they are not booming so much in Africa, the perpetrators of those games have a long-term plan. They have bodies that are governing those sports, that are looking at development of those sports on the long term. So we need to establish academies in Africa and professional clubs. And that is going to take a lot of time to get local sponsors and
that's another key, is those sponsors. Is that once you have that in place, you're in a much better spot. And you brought it up. I mean, I was thinking about it, popped into my head. Coach Gingo's cricket, tennis, soccer, and you see how much money is being pumped into those sports, and again, the backing, and as I said, the sponsors. It's difference is night and day, but again, compared to the game of baseball.
Let me give you an example, Coach Sunil. Here in South Sudan right now has one of the best basketball teams in Africa.
Oh yeah, basketball as well. Yes.
Yeah. So if you have been following the World Cup, the basketball World Cup right now, South Sudan has been performing very well.
Yeah.
But that is because they are having a lot of support from the government and from the local sponsors.
Yeah.
But baseball as well is in South Sudan. I actually helped recruit the national team for South Sudan last year in November. And they traveled to Tanzania to play in their first ever international tournament in Tanzania, where they won actually all the games. After that tournament, that travel was 100% funded by Japanese association in Tanzania. After that, baseball is still on the low here in South Sudan, but basketball is trending here in South Sudan. So you ask yourself, what is the problem? The problem comes down to not having long-term development plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Gene, I don't want to leave you out of this conversation. I wanted to get back to you. Can you talk about, I mean, obviously you're able to see, Major League Baseball teams and players. So wanted to ask you any players in particular that you follow and or, really try to pick up on, maybe some of their skill set and, try to apply it to your game.
Yeah, excuse me, Mr. Sam.
He's asking that do you have some players in the major league that inspire you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to play in Major League Baseball, but I don't really know how I can do. I'm looking for scholarship, but I I didn't find.
Mm-hmm.
But I I was I was the no excuse me. Going at first going to training sometime is very complicated for me because I have no means of transport and the place is very far from my house. You get it's really also difficult for me to eat, but I will but I will all these difficulties. I didn't give up. I continued until today when I speak to you. And I want my first dreams. I want to play in the good team in baseball. For example, baseball MLB. I want to play in MLB.
What's your favorite team?
My favorite team is New York Yankees.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And Angels.
It's great. Any players on the Yankees or that you definitely follow? Gene, any players that said that stand out to you? Aaron
Coach
Judge?
Gingo.
Yeah, Aaron Judge.
Lin,
Yeah.
Coach Sunil is asking that is there a Major League Baseball player that you admire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it there. At least we have the Yankees. And what was the other team, Coach Gingo? Or Gene? What was the other team that he enjoys watching or seeing?
Maybe is a Yankees diehard.
Okay, so the Yankees are number one. That's fine. Hey, I'm 15, 20 minutes away from Yankee Stadium, and I've been a Yankees fan for a long time. So yeah,
I know that my favorite player is Shohei Ohtani.
Who's that?
Ohtani.
Oh yeah, Shohei Ohtani. Okay, yeah, that's and that it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, I said the year. I mean, the fact is, again, how the guy is able to both pitch and field. I mean, it's just like I don't think we've seen that, or maybe we'll never see a guy dominate on both ends like Shohei has done. This year, despite the Angels not said being in the thick of the playoff race. He is just absolutely, flourishing. I mean, you can see, the numbers are just staggering, what he's putting up every time out. And I think it's like 43 home runs, 89 RBIs. I mean, he might be on the cusp of breaking Aaron Judge's, single season home run record. Hey, I just have a couple more left. Coach Gingo, back to you. Can you talk about the
Yes.
support from your family, during this journey?
So when I started playing baseball, you know, my both parents were deceased, so I was staying with my uncle.
Okay.
So I started playing baseball the first year when I joined high school. So the second year I was actually recruited on the national team, but I was given an option at home. You either play baseball or you continue with your education, because my guardians could not see any hope in baseball. Like they would be like, so what is baseball going to help you in your life? So there's always that question. So
Yeah.
how is baseball going to help you in your personal development and things like that? So I said, well, I love baseball. I will continue to play baseball, and I'm going to follow my heart
Yeah.
with my baseball journey. So I insisted on baseball, and they were very surprised when I brought them consent documents to sign for me to be able to travel to Europe to represent my country. So since then, my uncle was very supportive, very supportive. He would buy me shoes. You know, we don't have like cleats here in Africa.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
but we would get like soccer boots. I would use those. Yeah, so my family has been supportive, and my siblings were very supportive down the road till the time that I established my foundation. They were actually the first people who believed in me that you can do this. You have been a very amazing player, and your desire to help other players is good, and you have our full-time support. And they have really been my biggest support.
Yeah. Yeah, it carries a lot of pride and joy representing your country, and obviously you have that passion, for the game. I'm wondering, like, with the game of baseball, maybe for both of you guys, you and Jean, what are some of the intangibles that stand out about the game, that really like make you come back year after year and again, despite all the red tape and bureaucracy that you have to face, you guys keep on, as said, powering right through. What is it about the game that you know, again, that you enjoy so much about?
So I will start to speak on Lin's behalf, because
Okay, sure, sure.
I've been so much in contact with Lin almost every day. He calls me anytime, and I call him a lot of the times. He sends me his workout videos. I recommend to him some workouts. One outstanding thing on his side that has kept him moving is the support he has been getting from his mother. That you are good at baseball, you are a very good baseball player, and baseball is able to change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so only that has kept him moving. But also, baseball is a unique sport. It teaches us a lot about life. It teaches us hard work, resilience, teaches us patience, it teaches us teamwork, and we dream big, that even when the opportunities are few, even when the resources are limited, we can be able to build our dreams and make them come to pass, just because of hope that tomorrow is going to be better than today. So I remember one time I told Jean that don't underestimate the power of social media, because very many people are out there and they are going to be looking at you. They are going to be seeing how much you push yourself despite all the things that you don't have. But you show up every day, and you keep a very good positive attitude, and you work out no matter the hardships that you face.
Yeah.
So I think for him that has been a major motivation. On my side, I last played serious baseball as a player in 2012. Since then, I've been coaching baseball. My organization has actually trained and helped over 500 young people in Uganda. We have helped find scholarships for like tens of young people through university and high school. And our program has positively impacted lives in the communities. We have helped rehabilitate a lot of young people who were doing drugs. And it has been an amazing journey that despite the fact that we have not done a lot of baseball, but we have actually had a lot of positive impact in very many lives of young people. For me, that has been a motivation for me to keep moving, because I see so many young people who have been encouraged. You know, one of these days, I think I should connect you to some of the players that have passed through our foundation, and you just get to hear testimonies. Even
Yes.
when I'm not there, you talk to them,
Yeah.
and you just get to hear their experiences, how this program has impacted them. So my motivation has been, I did not get an opportunity to play in the Major League Baseball or to play in a professional club. But I want that to happen for another player. That is why you see I have been so much supporting Lin over social media, connecting him with people, pushing him socially in other ways. I have not helped him so much with baseball fundamentals because of the geographical barriers. But I've used the technology to reach out with Lin and
Did Coach Gingo freeze up? I hope not. Oh boy. I have to wait for him to come back. I don't want to lose this.
Oh my God.
That's with the connection, right? You know, it always there's something that definitely hopefully he'll be able to come back in. I'm sure he will be, but we'll just wait on that, because this has just been a fascinating interview. I'm again truly humbled here, just to listen to both of you guys, and I hope he's able to come back in here. I don't know what happened. See if we can get him back in here. I don't know if he realized. Oh, okay, all right. He's going to come back in. All right, let's wait for him to come back, and I'll admit him back into the room. Yeah, I'm sure he'll re-enter the room.
Okay.
Yeah. How is the weather over there, Jean? Hot over there? Is the temperatures hot over there?
I'm here.
Okay. No, all right. We'll just wait for Coach Gingo to come back in here. I'm hoping he will come back in here. Oh, did he freeze up as well? Oh boy. You still hear me, Gene? Hello? Oh, what happened here? Okay, I'm still waiting here. Hello, Gene? Okay, there you are. Okay. So have you heard from Coach Gingo, or he hasn't been able to reestablish connection? Has he been able to come back in? Let's see if I can get him to boy. I hope he's able to come back in here. Are you able to contact Samuel Gingo? Are you able to call him to see if he's going to come back?
Okay, I'm coming. I will call you. I will call him.
Yeah, call him, because I would definitely want to be able to, of course, end the interview on a high note. We're having such a good conversation, so I'm hoping I'm going to send him a direct message here on Twitter, on X, see if I can get him.
Okay, let me call.
Yep. Okay, let's see if he's. Okay.
Coach.
Yeah.
Mr. Gingo is disconnected.
Oh, he's disconnected. Oh, he got disconnected. Oh boy, is he able to enter back in, or is he?
Yeah.
Is he able to come back into the room, or I just sent him a message? Hopefully, he'll be able to re-enter. See what happens. Okay, maybe I'm not sure if we will just end it here. Hey, I say Gina, what message do you have for the younger kids and athletes? Maybe definitely in Africa, there, who are playing baseball.
Say again.
Yeah, what message do you have for the younger baseball players there in Africa? I was wondering, just in terms of, continuing to play, despite, again, you've had to face some hardships there, some obstacles, but you continue to play the game of baseball. What would you say to the younger kids out there?
In my house, or
No, I'm saying the kids outside, the kids that who are playing baseball currently, but want to move up the ladder. Like the fact that you want to play Major League Baseball, but what would you say to the kids out there? Okay.
I don't really understand.
Okay, no problem. I wanted to give you the final word and message here. Just like, if you have something to say to family, friends, people across Africa, and, most importantly, the United States of America.
Yeah. But in Benin, my whole generation who started baseball with me in 2010 have already given up, because they think that here in Africa and in Benin, this game, this sport is not developing. I was the only child of that time who did not listen to them, and who continued until I became who I am today. If I get an opportunity, a scholarship, for example, to play baseball in outside, I will be very happy. I will be very happy, because it's my first dream. It's my first dream. But,
Okay, he's right. Okay. Okay.
If I play baseball, I can get money to support my mom, myself.
Yeah. Okay, he's saying that his data has depleted. I'm wondering if he's out. Oh, I wonder, Gene. Okay. Okay. Are you there, Gene? Okay. Okay. I don't. Okay. Yeah. He's saying that he's joining now, but then he's saying my data has depleted. So, okay, here he is. Hold on. We might be able to get him back in. Okay, hold on. Let's see if he comes back in here. Okay.
Sorry, guys. My
No, it's
data.
okay. Okay, there you are. There you are. Okay, now we lost Gene. Oh boy, it's like all right, let's see if he comes back in here, Gene, so we can wrap this up. I was trying to just get those final two in about the message for younger kids there and athletes in Africa and who are aspiring to make it, and I said eventually hopefully crisscross the Atlantic, or I said play in Europe as well. And that's really what I wanted to you know uh I guess ask you. Maybe you want to chime in there as well, Coach Gingo.
Yes, sure. Let me text Lin and see.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I first I first thought the meeting was in the afternoon around
Yeah.
12.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With the time difference, I was trying to figure it out how we are going to make this work. And then when I saw it was about 5 hours or so, I figured, that might, here in the United States at noontime, which would make it about 5 o'clock there. And that's what Gene said, that was going to be the perfect time to fit in, the interview. So I said, okay, we'll do that. So, I'm not. Is he going to come back in, or if not, you can answer the final two, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, all right.
You want to wrap? You want to wrap it up? I was going to ask you. Yeah, so I was going to say to you is that for those younger kids and athletes out there, especially the baseball players, what would you say to them? Because they said despite um, the hardships, the obstacles they face, but still, continuing to follow their passion and, play the game of baseball. Just what would you say to them, Coach Gingo?
To the young players out there, I would tell them not to give up. They should continue playing. I know the challenges are there, the lack of resources and a lot of things, but tomorrow is a brighter day. Tomorrow comes with better opportunities than today, because if we had not persisted with our efforts to develop baseball and many other people, perhaps no one would have known about Lin, about myself, about Dennis Kasumba, who was recently drafted who was invited by the MLB to play in the MLB Draft League.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who is another hardworking player just like Lin. So I encourage all the young players out there, despite the challenges, they need to move forward. They need to keep pursuing their dreams and improvising until an opportunity comes around.
Yeah. Well said. What true words of wisdom. Okay. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Gene here, but Coach Gingo, just wanted to give you the final word and message here, for family, friends, people across Africa, again, truly deserve. So just wanted, if people you wanted to thank, I'm sure this is, again, been, quite a said journey for you and, along the way, but, so definitely been able to, make a difference and, be productive. So whatever comes to your mind here as we wrap it up.
Yeah, so I would like to appreciate the people who have supported my vision for the past 10 years. I can mention some names. I would mention some guys from Prospects Worldwide. My friend Austin Baylor, the co-founder of Major League University, Driveline Academy, my friends from the US, my Canadian friends, my Japanese friends, and my friends across Africa, the fellow young people who are developing baseball in Africa. I would like to appreciate each one of them for the motivation and the encouragement they keep giving. I actually need to appreciate a lady in China. She's called Evie Chan. Evie Chan has a company that makes sports equipment. And at one time, she offered me a batting cage, but I did not have the money to pay for it shipping here. But that was so generous of her that she would think about Apparel Baseball and offer actually to donate a batting cage. Yeah. So then I would like to appreciate my friend from the U.S. Embassy, that is Phil Diamond, is the former U.S. Embassy spokesperson, Kampala. He helped me connect with very many people in the U.S. Embassy, and they were very supportive even to baseball in Cameroon. So I would like to appreciate them so much. And to all our well-wishers out there, the people who have been always messaging me on Twitter /X, on Facebook. On Facebook, we have a family called the Tiptons who live somewhere in America. I think I don't know. I'm forgetting the state, but they're the Tiptons. These guys have been amazing. They have shipped uniforms to Uganda, and they have been of great support. It's really a lot of people that I cannot mention, but I would like to appreciate everyone who has supported us this far, and don't stop supporting us. We have a lot of work that needs to be done, and we need all your support.
Well said. Hey, just fantastic, information you were able to provide and drop here, Coach Gingo. And again, wishing you, as said, continued success and all the best, with the Pro Baseball and Softball Foundation there in Jinja, Uganda, and also as a baseball coach. And, looking forward to continuing, said this partnership and be able to, speak with, not only yourself, but, with Jean's, Jean Lin's journey and other players as well, and be able to promote them and support them as well. So thank you again. Just an incredible honor and privilege.
Yeah, you're welcome. It has been a pleasure too.
Thank you.